try my best right now when my kids being crazy in the background, and my energy is low right now. But I wanna say something to Teddy. Please find something to do for about 10 minutes, please. To single moms. There were people that I've worked with that are healers, and they gave me different things that I should do, and then one of them was a girl that I even did like one-on-ones with, and she was like, I told her I did tell her in one of our phone conversations that I wanted to leave, that I wanted to go somewhere else, but she was like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do that. Your spiritual work there, like, you guys need to go. And that was before I even had started homeschool. That was like right, and that was so. And then there's been a couple of other people that I've followed their stories because they were awakened, doing this healing work, and there were women, they were mothers. Were they both mothers? Yeah, they were both mothers, and they both also left and went somewhere else. And the one chick was talking about how she had visions about this places she had to go, and she moved to the place. And then so I was playing this sort of, I was searching and playing this sort of comparison game, and like, my situation has been wild, but I walked into this before I really started my awakening journey. I walked into and my story and my situation with my child has been unique, and every single mother, every parent's journey, but every single mother's journey is like, you're gonna have your like specific things, but like, it's just been specific things with my child. Like for some reason today it came to me that I'd forgotten about. We went through a period of time where, before I found out about how to do the kid lock on this car from the inside, my kid would try to open the car door when we were driving, and I had a panic attack one time because he kept doing it. And one time when we were going real slow, he jumped out and walked on the sidewalk, and I had to pull over. And he was younger, he's 10 now, he was like 6, 7, maybe 8. No, it wasn't that year. He was like 6, because it was before it might have been the year we started homeschool. He was either 6 or 7-ish. And there's just been so many things where like, he just had this like crazy like things where we had to leave the store, and like, I mean, every mom's done that, but like, and through all this, I've come to an understanding that I'm also an anxious attachment. I'm working to be secure. Hopefully I'm more on the secure side now, but like, emotionally, this stuff with my kid really takes me out, and it's been so unpredictable. Like, most of I describe most of the tower moments that I've had in this journey through it came through my child, and like, him running away from me, and like, and to this day when we're in the store, he'll wander, and like, it's one of those things where it's like, he's bigger now, and like, he doesn't tend to want to run as much, as it's just more of like walking away, so I don't feel as nervous about it. But it's like, in a big store, he still is just as easily like, and he doesn't understand can't talk that much, so you know, as far as like kidnapping goes, it's not that big of a thing because he can't really communicate much. But it's just stuff like that. It's like, what I go through, it just is, I'm so adapted to it. But like, there was this pressure of like, I've got to get her. I felt this, and it was this deep fear, and this I in some way it was related with my abandonment, is what I realized. Is it's like, that's that part of me that's like, it's fight or flight, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to stay and fight, or I don't want to feel these feelings anymore, so I want to run away. And there may be that point in time where that's what needs to happen. But there was something that was like, no, it's not supposed to be crazy. Like, I know I don't, I need to have my head level, because regardless, like my kids still to this day, it's like, it's not his energy doesn't always match mine, but it has an effect on him. So I know I would have to be level-headed. I'd have to have it planned out, and I haven't had any visions about like where we would go. And it's been so interesting because I keep seeking that and searching it and talking to God about it and stuff like that. And then little things have happened where it's like, just think him doing so much better at the park late in recent times with kids. And like, because today especially was just like, it's amazing me. And because we've had a lot of struggles with kids, and the communication's not, the social part is still awkward for him, but like he's just more gentle, and like not all the like, not as like handsy, and not as, and people have just been wonderful. And it's like, it's so funny because this area is, and our neighbors have been really great, and like we've had so much privacy, and like this area is a place for raising kids. It's so funny because it's such a safe, and I love that about it. Like, we were leaving, and this dude was like, it was the fancy part of Fairhope, I think it's the fruit and nut section. Like, these people's houses are gorgeous, and where it was at right by this little park, and this person's trunk and their driver's door was open. And I'm talking about, it was the whole time we were there, I'm pretty sure, because I was like, oh, they must have just gotten there. They probably did forget about it, but like nobody even was close to the car. There's people going around on these little scooters. It's I'm not saying there's not crime like at all, but like, like that really struck me. I was surprised by that, because I was like, just most people, like, anyway, like you don't see that very often. But like, oh, and because we've had all this dentist work that I've had to do with my kid, which we'll have to find him we'll have to find that wherever we are. But like, and then there's the pediatric, the place that I have my auto insurance now, and that girl was amazing with me, because I was like, could not figure out how this car has a specific VIN that it's not on the front. I had to find it in my glove box, and she waited patiently with me like through all that. I could not find it. And then I got my gynecologist. I called around a bunch of places in Mobile and all over, and nowhere takes Medicaid except for this place that's right around the corner from us, because I gotta get my IUD taken out. Ben needed to do that. Anyway, so it's just those are signs that it's like that you're being supported. I would not say to anybody like, you gotta go with your gut, you gotta do what's best for you and your family. I would never say like, you've got to do what's right for you. But it was this feeling of like this pressure, and then it was like, when I would check back in with myself, I'm like, I know I have to have a level head. I've got to we have all this stuff here. I'm like, I don't know, like it was, and then I was like, I want to feel like safe and comfortable, and like wherever we are, and like, even though, we don't have a bunch of things in our house, and like, it's not like cozy in the sense of, in that aspect. And then of course, like, there's things that the walls need to be fixed, and there's things that have been broken down that I haven't been able to fix. I don't want to drag this out and get more than it needs to be. But there's been things that have happened where it was like reiterated to me that it's like, there's not a rush on these big decisions, that's been a part of me that I still needed to work on and heal, because I need to develop. There still is like, there's going to be more things when it comes to like finances and like how to do those sorts of things that like I'm going to have to learn along the way. I'm probably going to need a financial advisor. Like there's a lot that I have to learn, but it was like, okay, this is just what I'm gonna say, is like, you just have to let God sort of show you. Because what I woke up to is that it was like, I was comparing my story to these other people, and it was like our journeys are totally different. Even if I did end up going somewhere, it still is like, I chose and decided to do that. but that I know I haven't, because I kept thinking that, because I'm like, okay, well, where would we go? And I was like, okay, this might be an option, or this might be an option, but it was like, I don't know, and I don't know a lot of people. I don't, like, there's no one that comes to mind of like someone I could go and crash with, and the mean, you know, like, so that's kind of like, there hasn't been this like other like knowing of this place I'm supposed to be. And but I was like frustrated because I'm like, I don't feel like this doesn't, it doesn't feel like this is right, or this is, but it has been for us. I had to, I know that there's been this other healing that I needed to do. I needed to wake up to a lot of things. I needed to face the music, and that this is going to be a solo journey, and that I've got to be okay with that, and I've got to figure out how to take the time that I need to take to work on all these other things, and just let the divine in more. Like let it's like, okay, this is the last thing is like, there's more and more that like that God is like, I want you to feel like, when I think about it with God, I'm like, there's a sense of safety and comfort. But when I think about like all the times I was thinking about leaving, it was the opposite. It wasn't like okay, like I know I want to take our stuff out. Like the courage hasn't been there, because I haven't felt that like excitement of like, okay, we have this place to go, and we're gonna like do whatever, and I'm just like ready to take it on. But we have taken trips, so it's like things weren't adding up. And whenever I dropped back into my body, and like just like, this is when these like epiphanies came to me, that it was like God was like, I want you, like, you need to feel safe and secure. It doesn't need to be this like mad dash to get anywhere. You need to feel like you need to let the pieces fall into place, and don't compare your journey to anybody else. Like, and that to me is also what's beautiful about linking up with God, because it's like, it is what it is. Like, we live in a matrix, and there's bills to pay, and there's all these things, and it's easy to get thrown around by it. But whenever you go back to God, he's like, no, I want you, you're my daughter, like, I want you, I want to take care of you. That taking care of energy, and that even came across me when I was in the car, and I was like frustrated. It was like something small, which I'm used to like doing it all on my own, but it was like a little thing of like, I wish I just, we was in the dark, and I was like getting my blood sugar starting to drop. And that's just one of those things where I'm like, I just don't think I'll ever have like, I can go a long period of time without eating, or like with whatever, but because I've developed that. But like, it's just frustrating sometimes when like I'm driving in the dark, can't do anything about it, my kid's asking for stuff, and I'm like, I just need someone to take care of me right now. I just had that like moment. But it's like, that to me is also where it's like, that's what's beautiful about going to God, because it's like, he gives you that sense of like comfort and peace. And he's like, nobody else is seeing all these things. He's like, but I am, and I'm making sure that the things are gonna come together the way that they're meant to, and you just need to get out of your own way. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that, because once you accept the journey, you're not running from anything anyway. You're not running from your shadow work. So it's kind of like, wherever you are, you still have to do your you still have to do the inner work. So it's not like there's some other place that you're supposed to be. Okay. Yeah, I hope that I didn't draw this out too much. All right.